Break out your candy corn and your programs. The national anthem has been sung and Game 6 is underway. Kansas City's clawed their way back from a 3-1 deficit, making it 3-2.
Dingersville hopes that this is a book with only 6 chapters and that the final words in this chapter are going to be Dingersville wins back-to-back Canball World Series champion.
That would be a real dollop of ballpark mustard in Kansas City's eyes.
Something to put the kids to bed with. Here we are on the top of the first. There's 2 outs for Kansas City.
The rosters have been determined. John F. Kennedy on the mound as Dingerville's ace Can Smith strikes out the side.
JFC, the box 10 at the box, fouls out 2 fouls here.
That's a 1-bounce grab from Kansas City's ace Can Smith, Citizen Can, but he can't ace his way out of that one, and he's loaded 1 man on first base to lead off the Dingerville side. It's double trot, swing, and it's a foul from Emmanuel Can.
Great trotting from Cansey there. He hit that twice, got it up out of the dirt.
1 ball, 1 foul. That was a 1-bounce grab foul, making it 2 fouls, and he's been retired.
Oh, we haven't seen a lot of this from Tom Cansey. Self-trotting there, kicking it up to himself. Very good dexterity there for a man so large.
It's like watching a tuxedo gorilla do ballet on a floating log. Swing and a miss.
More like a hippopotamus playing hacky sack, if you ask me.
2 outs, here's John F. Kennedy. The bunt up, swing.
Oh, what a play
and
there.
It's a double single. He's loaded the bases single-candedly.
We've had some questions there about self bunts, and that's a perfect example of it. And he tucks it in right on the line. You can see there in slow motion, tucks it right on the line for a single.
An uncatchable single. It's perfect placement. It's textbook penmanship. However, Emmanuel Can has let the side down in the inning goal. Top of the second, and the count is 1 ball, 0 fouls against the Kansas City box 10 at Genghis Khan. Here's the pitch. And it's a loosely popped up, scooped up by the Can Smith in the forefield. Here steps Citizen Can, he's the box tender, and the pitch. It's a bunt up, swing and a miss with a turley bird, spin.
Looks like JFC's implementing a bit of a back turn there after getting smoked in the face in Game 3. It seems like a wise move.
You wonder if a can to the back of the head will hurt more than a can to the forehead. Only time will tell.
He's got that ponytail there back there, so he's probably okay. Little pop. Hat throw, the pop was caught by JFC, and hat throw was untouched by a fielder out there, so only 1 out on the play. Tom Cansey gets a really nice rip on that, puts it over the single line, got a man on base, none away.
1 and 2 on JFC, here's the pitch. And it's an easy pop out for Ken Griffey Jr. to field, and they've got 1 out and 1 man on. Interesting looking can there. It seems like a stage 3 crudler.
Yeah, that's a crooked stage 3 right there.
Not the easiest can to pitch, however, Citizen Can did manage to get it past Emmanuel Can and into the box for a second out.
And both teams have the engines going here for Game 6. Light pop out from Cansey, and the side has been retired onto the third.
Might have to have a little pit stop there, Cansey. The box tender's got 1 ball and 2 fouls. He's got his back up against the wall. But he laces a very handsome single just to the left of the Can Smith.
Looks like the can's opened up, back to a stage 2 crudler. Trot, the offensive hat throw, and a catch by Cansey there. Looks like JFC was trying to knock the can away from the trotter.
We don't see too many offensive hat throws. Excellent single there. Well, really right off the line, but it seems like it might have sparked a rally, but also some on-field debate.
Well, it looked to me like it hit the line there. We're going to have to take a closer look at it. The tensions on field, high as always. Would expect nothing less in a Game 6 of the World Series.
They do have a rule, of course, that when there's no umpire, the rule is a free throw. However, they are still arguing whether or not to implement it. So we're going to see what happens here. Just stand by, folks.
Sometimes we have to wade through. These things can often involve past grievances. Looks like it missed there, and the can tells the truth again for, I believe that's the 4th or 5th time this World Series.
Seems like he's going for another free throw.
Well,
we don't quite understand what's going on here. It seems like Dingerville has denied Kansas City the result of the free throw, and Genghis Khan is back in the box tender's box.
Well, that doesn't make any sense. We should probably edit that right out, shouldn't we?
I
Fly
think
out
so.
there from Genghis Khan.
Here's Citizen Can, 1 man on, 3 balls. Bunt up, swing.
Self bunt, but he skied it, and the time traveling frontiersman was there to catch it.
We got 3 balls, none out. And the trotter has put the can into their own box, and JFC's been retired. It looks like there is karma in the can universe after all.
Let's see if there's any Kansas City cheating going on this
And it's
game.
a double strikeout against Emmanuel Can, swiftly retired, and all is well.
And we've received a request from the Dingaville dugout here for a correction. The letter reads, on your esteemed broadcast last week, it was mentioned by your co-host Tim Tabernacle that Citizen Can, and I quote, breezes through 3 or 4 innings on Twizzler pitches alone.
Oh my God, and he stopped a dinger. There goes Tom Canty again, jumping up at least 2 feet vertically, and he stops Citizen Can from a dinger.
This alone is a deliberate falsehood aimed at discrediting the good batters of Dingaville.
Double strikeout. Kansas City strikes again.
Good batters of Dingaville who have never gone more than an inning without bravely scuttling his blank pitch. Although we expect more runs from Tim, we hope the MLC would have a stronger commitment to truth and fairness when representing our delicate homemade proto sport. Yours in perpetuity, the Dingaville Cans.
Zeros here in the top of the 5th. Neither team is yet to score, and here comes the pitch.
That looks like an attempted backboard shot there from JFC. He had a successful one in Game 5.
But it just grazed the side face of the box for a ball. Full count. And he's drawn a walk. Not much of an artist, but he manages to draw a walk.
Pop out. Canty backs up and snags it right up against the fence. That could have been another dinger.
That's man on first and 1 out. And we've got a stage 4 crudler of a can.
Smashes it in 2.
So we've got a broken can here, and they're going to be replacing it with a fresh can. JFC, the can smith, gets to determine which can he wishes to use, and he's picked, let's see here, it's a Sunbird, one of his favorite cans to pitch. 0-1 is the count, 2 outs on Kane Griffey Jr. And he's gone for it, he's swung, and he's out.
Dingaville at the box. JFC with the toothpick.
And he's got a fresh can, so here comes the Twizzler.
And it looks like he scuttled it. That would be a foul, but he has put a nice dent there in the side of that can with his thin bat.
Oh, and another Twizzler.
Gets this one up, but oh, nice rolling catch from Genghis.
That'll be the end of the Twizzler as the can has been scuttled, and here steps Emmanuel Can with 1 out.
Some irregular flow there. You can see the dents in that can kind of make it curve a little bit, and it fools Emmanuel, committing a logical fallacy.
Citizen Can catches the can on 1 bounce, so it's 2 fouls rather than 1.
Canty winds up and whiffs.
That's the end of the 5th.
Here we are in the 6th, and we're going to see if these teams can reconcile their irreconcilable differences.
Can't reconcile that strikeout. We got a stage 2 crescent can, 1 out, and here comes Citizen Can.
Side pitch. Oh, kicks out the leg and stops a sure single. That's a gorgeous play.
JFC's got shins of aluminum and a heart of gold.
Pop up. Canty.
He bobbles it. He makes the play, but he crosses over the mustache line, which means it is an automatic man on first base if the defender crosses that mustache line.
Now let's look at that closely. If he retains possession of the can before crossing, then that should be an out. Do we have a case here of Kansas City cheating? Maybe a little back and forth. I think both teams are a little guilty today.
It does seem like he had possession, so they made the wrong call on the field. However, the man in the ticker booth still awarded 1 out, so it seems like they both got a man on first and 1 out. It's mayhem here in the World Series, and the side has been retired.
Tribal warfare has broken out off the top of the house.
That's 2 balls, 2 fouls.
Nice pitch.
Not to be fooled the second time there, Can Smith.
Releasing that at about 7 feet height and then dropping down fast.
That's a walk. We got a man on first, 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. It's an easy pop out. McCann Smith scooped it up, and thrown it around. He has 2 outs and 3 balls. And the unassailable single.
Tasty little single there.
We got 2 on and 2 out for the troubled box tender, Emmanuel Can.
More logical fallacies from the professor.
It's scoreless here in the bottom of the 7th. We thank you for sticking around for this broadcast. Not a lot of action, definitely a pitcher's game, as evidenced by that Genghis Khan strikeout.
We do thank you for your continued support. And oh, look at that. Treating the box like a speed bump and just motoring the can right over on it.
That's a foul, and a little bit of frustration from Ken Griffey Jr. because the pitch has been chirping him while he hits.
You could call, if you can call it hitting.
Full count. And it's a walk. Once again, not much of an artist, but does draw a walk.
Genghis pop out to Cansey.
And the side's been retired. Here steps Cansey.
Well, his bat, he's been using his bat a lot. A lot of them have been going in the dirt, but he's been making some good contact.
Solid contact, although that foul was scooped up on one bounce, making it 2 fouls, but it won't matter because he's drawn a walk.
A nice pitch down the middle, pop out from JFC. Emmanuel Can with the spoon, looking for a sugary single. Ends up with another cold bowl of pop-out stew.
Real failure to lunch there, Phil. Another pop-out, and that's the inning. Off to the 8th we go.
Top of the 8th here. The game is like a feather resting on a thread, balancing on a tightrope. The slightest breeze could blow it to either side.
Still zeros. Excellent play there by JFC to knock
Dingerfield
that.
keeps throwing their body at these plays to stop hits. That's got to be 4 or 5 this season, this series that they've blocked with their bodies coming up to the line there.
And it's a split can, 1 landing foul, 1 landing single, so it equalizes as nothing. There's both halves, fresh can, 1 ball, 1 foul. It's a pop out, a hat throw, and just 1 out. Kansas City is retired. Here steps JFC, and we've got a Twizzler.
Gets all of it. What a play there. That's Ken Griffey Jr., and he's been earning his salt in the outfield. That was a sure dinger. He reached up with all of his length and swatted it back.
Didn't make the play, but he knocked it back for a single. So you got a man on first. Manuel Can just struck out. That's 1 on, 1 out, and here's Tom Cansey.
He seems like he's been aiming at Citizens junk for the last few games.
It is Junkyard Ball. That's Can game. That's his 2nd single of the game.
And another catch from Ken Griffey. He's been shutting JFC down there in left field.
Now, Cansmen don't make a ton of money playing the game, so Emmanuel Can's day job, he's an assistant parking garage dispute mediator, and it looks like he mediated himself a little walk there to load the bases. It's the biggest threat we've had yet, and here's the pitch.
Again, Ken Griffey shutting down Dingerville out there.
And that is the 8th inning. Off to the 9th we go.
Genghis Can at the plate. Line drive back to
It's a hat
Smith.
throw, and it's a double play. Kennedy got a hand on it. We take a look in slow motion, and that hat nearly knocked the can out.
Self bunt, jump, whiff, that's an out. Gets all of that, but mostly vertical, and Ken Griffey Jr.'s dropped it. That's his first drop of the
But he
day.
stopped a dinger, and if you listen closely, the can progression definitely changed there with that hit. You can hear that he's compressed it. Let's take a look at the can now. That's a stage 3 compressor, so the pitching is going to change. Let's see it.
More drop on the can, more speed on it. If you get a hold of one of these things, though, that's where you really get some distances. Almost guaranteed dingers or line drives.
Off to extras we go.
Can't see hugging his bat. Players on the field for the top of the 10th. That's a walk.
2-1 the count, man on first, and it's an easy pop out. Citizen Can goes for the hat throw, but it restrains himself.
Cold bowl of pop-out gruel.
That's
And
a
he went around there. He went around with the bat there. That's an out.
4-1 on Ken Griffey Jr.
Very close to being an out. Earns
So he-
himself a walk.
He's responsible for both men on base, 2 outs,
Smashes the box.
and that's an automatic out. Any bad to home box content, you're immediately out. Swing and a miss, that's 1 out for Dingerville. The 10th is just breezing by.
The philosopher.
And they're arguing if it was a check swing or not. We don't have a side camera to review this, and I think they're going to do a free throw. So here it comes, Citizen Can preparing himself mentally.
There you go.
Can never lies. Emmanuel Can is out, swing and a miss. That's 2 outs in the bottom of the 10th, and here comes Tom Cansey. He's got 2 singles on the day, and he's really on fire.
See the curve on that?
Curve and about a 6-foot drop.
Now, we've received a lot of interest in the history of Canball, and we can tell you for sure that it's a sport that stretches back into the mists of time. As long as humans have been fashioning drinking cups, someone's been hitting them with a stick.
That's a walk.
Now I'm no expert as well on this subject, but it does seem like there.
Genghis Can rockets a handsome double into the outfield. Tom Cansey tries to cradle it like a football or a well-held submarine sandwich, but he drops it. That's a man on second
To
and
my
third.
mind, there seems to be clear archaeological evidence of Neanderthal single line.
Kansas City pressing, second and third, 2 outs. Here comes Ken Griffey Jr.
We're not even really sure quite how far back it goes. Napoleon gets a lot of credit for inventing the can, but the...
Stage 4 compressor can.
And while he was certainly the first to play can in front of the Great Pyramids, you know, the monks of Europe should also receive a lot of credit for the founding of the sport.
1 out, 4 balls. It was a rim rider, and it's a walk for Emmanuel Can.
Of course, the Mesoamericans are famous for their version of Canball, where the losing team was flayed with sliced cans at the end of the
See,
game.
the daylight seems to be fading here. Not going to be very easy for the defenders to work right now.
Blood will flow down the pyramid from on
Well, it's 2
high.
on and 2 out in the bottom of the 11th. Here steps Emmanuel Can. He hasn't got hit all game, but he's due. A double is going to win them the World Series, but he strikes out.
And with his bloodthirst satiated Quetzal Can, Waddle could sleep easy tonight.
Well, it's top of the 12th here, and Genghis Can's leading it off for Kansas City.
We're seeing high levels of speed come out of that can. This is quite compressed. I'd say stage 4 or perhaps 5.
It's a pitcher's can, definitely here in Kansas City. We got
first.
And 1 out.
Catches the left corner of the box.
Second box out of the half.
Pop out, dangerous, but not quite.
Just seemed to fan once it passed the double line there and lose all momentum. That's 1 man on for Dingeville, no outs.
1 away.
1 strike, you're out. Full count on Emmanuel Can, man on first.
Now here we've got 2 walks. This is the best position Dingeville's been in for a couple innings. See if Kansas can do anything about it.
Swing and a miss.
He collapses into a pile of well-exercised muscle.
Now you can see that the street lights are starting to turn on because the light is fading fast.
Another walk, that's the bases.
So Kansas City's, it's a real hot water here. Bases loaded once again for Emmanuel Can, who's got a chance to change things up. A walk can do it, a single can do it.
Super high. The front spin on that can, bringing it right down into the box. Now, Major League Can lacks the resources to install proper field lighting, so as a result...
They're going to postpone the game to another day because they're quickly running out of daylight. The warring squads have come together and agreed for once that they're going to have to play the following Sunday. So thanks for tuning in, and stick around for the second part of Game 6 of the 2025 Can World Series.
How long has it been?
I think it's been 2 years since I played.
Alright.
But I've only played with that bucket.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Leg 2 of Game 6 of the Canball World Series. As you know, they had to postpone the game in the bottom of the 12th last Sunday due to poor light conditions. But as you can tell,
Another out.
it is a bright, beautiful, overcast Sunday afternoon here at Can Coliseum. Now, they are using the same can that they closed out the bottom of the 12th with. It has been in a climate-controlled glass-cased humidor deep in the MLC bowl. So it's really important for the game that they preserve the can shape because it can really alter the strategy of the game. And as you can see, it is the same can. It is a stage 5 speed can.
What a pitch. What a pitch. That just blew by him. And here we go, the triumphant return of Canito Mussolini.
Fouls off a stage 5 speed can.
We have a very important announcement to make. It is our great honor to welcome back, like a ray of sunshine, the former dictator of Italy, Canito Mussolini, playing as a frontiersman for Dingeville. He was deposed due to his hard-driving brand of politics.
Exiled to Alberta, as it were.
That's correct, but is making his triumphant return to the pinstripe colors and the game of Canball, taking his place as one of the founding 4 members of the sport. Welcome back, Canito.
Welcome back, Mr. Mussolini, and play can.
Not bad for 47 years in exile. Gets a hold of it.
Left it hanging, and there it is for a double.
Genghis has dropped it there. That's his first hit. First at bat, first hit. Great job, Canito.
That's his first game back since the 2022 World Series, where Kansas City took it in 5 games. Canito seems to have got his game back.
I think he's been drinking wine in exile and watching highlights.
That might be one of the fastest cans I've ever seen in my life, faster than a telegraph to next door. Here comes Citizen Can in the top of the 14th. 3 balls and 1 out. 2 outs make it. That 1 out that they started out with was a result of Genghis Can double striking out with 2 outs in the previous frame, and that's the inning. JFC seemed to be right in the zone right now. Now here steps Canito Mussolini with no fouls, no balls, and no outs.
And with the pomp and arrogance of an Italian dictator, he chases that can wildly, getting his feet under him.
Tom Canci's had the best game of the World Series. 2 singles, but a box out. Here comes John F. Kennedy. And it's been 2 pitches and 2 outs so far. Dead, Citizen can repeat, a 3-pitch inning.
What a pitch. The flick of the fingers at the end of that release is the secret.
Top of the 15th, Genghis Khan is the box tender. Swing and a miss. Here steps Citizen Can, 1 ball, 1 out. Little bit of air in the can and it fans out after the double line scooped up skillfully by Tom Canci, the frontiersman.
He looked confused at how that wasn't a dinger.
That was a full count foul out with 2 outs. That's the side. Here steps Canito Mussolini once again. He's got 1 single, or 1 double rather, and 1 out. He's 1 for 3.
Great foul out.
And it's a broken can, does it seem?
Is it?
No, it just seems like he
together?
scuttled it, and that's going to be real trouble for Kansas
Yeah,
City.
that was a sure strike there. Citizen Can's been working that fast can for a while, and that Canci kind of split it in half.
He's going to have to change his strategy because of what was
Absolutely.
once a fast can is now a stage 5 T1000 can. And he drew the walk.
Instead of an over-the-top power release, he's kind of.
Well, take a look at that. It was a split can. 1 went foul, and 1 bounced off Citizen Can's shoulder, landing double. So
Now
that
it's-
equals a single.
So the math on that is double minus foul equals single.
It's a Twizzler. That's the first time Canito Mussolini's been exposed to that pitch. He had a good read on it, but he popped it out. And
Well, no, if you remember, he saw it in the 2022 World Series. There's a great highlight of him striking out that maybe
course.
we could slip in right here.
Dingerville has 1 on in the bottom of the 8th. A well-timed Twizzler strikes out.
pastrami-induced madness does get a man to forget what he's once seen.
Salted meats on the brain. Now, we're getting word, speaking of salted meats, it seems like Kansas City's moving to
And that's a single for Genghis Khan.
outlaw Canito Mussolini's favorite pregame food, which is a Tony and Nick's meat sandwich.
That's a double strikeout on Citizen Can.
And Ken Griffey, as usual, blocks the camera, but we still caught that.
Real
Great
unfortunate
pitch.
for Kansas City because it was a leadoff single. Now they're dealt 2 outs. And a swing and a miss from Ken Griffey Jr. The side is retired. Off to the bottom of the 16th we go.
Looks to be about a stage 4 can there. A nice curve on that. Citizen puts it in the back.
Hard to tell. It does seem to still maintain its body. And it's another double right off the double line for Canito Mussolini.
He's really putting out some good numbers for the first game in years. That's quite impressive.
What a catch by Citizen Can.
That was quick. Cat-like
Frozen
reflexes.
rope right to the abdominals.
And Cansey still seems to be aiming for center mass.
One of the finest trot moves you'll see, even though it amounted to nothing. That's
Good eye from
four ball.
JFC there, as you can see. Oh, and he fouls 1 away. As you can see, JFC's been bulking there. His gut's sticking out a little bit.
Beef maxing, as I believe the kids call it.
Yeah, he's been on a steady diet of garlic ramen. He was told it's good for the spirits by a Japanese man. Whoa!
Reached out for it and smoked it. Hooked it right for a single in the 4-field. And that's bases loaded now for Dingerville with 2 outs. 3 balls and 1 foul was the count. Here comes Tom Canty.
Pop out. Did you see Benito extend there over home plate? That's decades of can experience for you.
Kansas City huddled around the can right now. They're discussing how the can progression has affected it. It's got a little hole in it. Are they going to take walks or are they going to go for hits?
A little bit of canalysis happening there.
Really depends on how John F. Kennedy throws the can. Here it is.
Soft release, and it looks like Cansey's got hold of it.
Just floated there because you can see there's a hole in it right now. Not easy to go for doubles.
Citizen using his largest bat, and looks like he caught the bottom of the
The
can.
aim was to try and compress it into a more hittable can.
Bunt, trot,
And that's 3 fouls. Kansas City's retired. Oh, look at that.
quite a
can.
mangled can. Stage 2 probably there. JFC gets hold of it, puts it right at Citizen, and Citizen almost kicks it over the single line, but that will be a single. Canito in the box.
And you can see the way that he waited on that pitch. That can was falling into that hole that strikes lefties out usually, but he waited long enough, had a real tight swing, and he rocked it first.
And that's a box out center box. No small feat with a can that pool.
2 on, 1 out. And it's a split can. Citizen Can manages to grab the bottom half, and we're going into fresh can territory. It's a black can, and here comes the Twizzler against Canito.
Manages to hold off. Did not cross there. You can see the Twizzler spinning quickly on the ground. 3 balls. Pops it out high. Genghis manages to readjust his feet, head back to the fence, and get a hold of it.
And we can see there in slow motion that that can was vertical when Canito made the hit. And if it had been horizontal, he would have hit it right on the butt of the can. It would have been clearly a dinger flown right out. But unfortunately, he just got the butt when it was upright, causing it to spin out of control and land just shy of the fence.
And if at this point your palms are not sweaty, I would check to see if you still have a pulse.
Double strikeout.
How did I possibly come back down?
Genghis Khan rightfully quite frustrated with that result.
It's a wayward pitch, trot,
Second trot.
and it's a foul can.
Could have been 3 singles there.
4-1 the count, and it's a walk.
Boy,
2 outs. Here comes Ken Griffey Jr.
Bunt, trot, unsuccessful. That retires the side. We're on to the bottom of the 18th. Here we go, Dingerville.
Tom Canci's up to the plate. He absolutely smokes a Japanese tidal wave of a single. That thing cut about 7 feet across Citizen Can's lapel.
Looks like calligraphy with a can there.
You take a look at this in slow-mo, and good Lord, that's one of the most beautiful singles we've seen to date.
You don't see that in any other sport. That horizontality, as we call it at Canball.
Here's the pitch against JFC, and it's an easy pop-out. It's 1-on, 1 out, and here comes Canito Mussolini with a full count.
And he puts it right at Citizen, who manages to knock it down, but it's still a single.
That's 2 on and 1 out. Now he crossed over there with the bunt, so it's going to count as 1 foul, but he's still got 1 to go. So it's full count against Tom Canci, and here's the pitch.
Manages to get himself a walk.
So it's bases loaded with 1 out against Dingerville's best hitter and captain, John F. Kennedy.
The tension. Could Dingerville take it here? This would be their 2nd World Series in a row. Steps in front and manages to get him to throw a ball.
We take a look at that can that Tom Canci hit. He definitely scuttled it, so you can see Citizen Can having a ton of trouble pitching this thing.
Oh, almost in single territory there.
Almost
That's a foul.
walked the game off. It's 2 balls and 1 foul.
Citizen Can cranking up the speed here, trying to get himself out of this jam. Himself
That's a
past.
4th ball, and he's right on the precipice
has
of
to pitch to
destruction.
him. It's a single. Dingerville's won it. That's the World Series. Dingerville wins their back-to-back World Series here in 2026. They've done it, folks.
Dingerville has gone back-to-back. They are World Series champions. Canito Mussolini going 5 for 9 in his debut.
Tom Cancic, Emmanuel Can, and JFC have done it. They are the greatest Canball team on earth, thus making Can City the worst can team on earth.
In a 2-team league, you're either the best or the worst, and that's going to hurt Can City.
Yeah, first to last place. Well, what a season, folks. We'd like to thank you so much for joining us. We hope you had a quarter as much fun as we did. And
Stay tuned, because it's a couple months off. Can City's going to lick their wounds, and then they're going to come out strong for the Winter Classic. So we thank you for joining us for this broadcast.
And actually, with the passage of time, we should be starting the season actually next Sunday, so you won't have to wait too long.
We thank you very much, and we hope to see you soon.
Godspeed.
Well, there you have, folks. The 2045 season has come to a close. Millions of megabytes, thousands of pitches, hundreds of heartbreaks, hits, and heroic happenings, tens of tears, tears, and tied Mondays on the job, and just one winner. The Dingerville Cans have bested their beloved nemesis, the Kansas City Dingers, in 6 games. Many runs were prevented by high-flying or reaching antics in left field. Both right fielders made game-saving grabs, as well as copious singles productions at the box. We had the return of the living legend, or disgrace, depending on which half of Italy you're coming from, Canito Mussolini, who graced your digital airwaves for the very first time, and both captains and Can Smith put life, limb, and sense of self on the line in one of the finest World Series performances in living memory. We hope that we've inspired you to call up old friends and crack open a few fast cans, or just toss one up in the air and smash it with a homemade bat. There's a very few things that are still free in this modern world, so why don't you decalcify that pineal gland with the heavenly sound of the crack off the bat by an old cans man. Sunday was always a day of ritual, and we thank you for joining us for this one. We can't thank you enough for all you've done for this sport, and we hope that we've held up our end of the bargain. We wish you life, liberty, and the pursuit of dingers, and we'll see you in 2026.
Stressful as
Back-to-back champs.
Turn the cameras off fast enough.
Back to back. It's the Dingerville Dynasty.
I want to thank each and every one of y'all for all you've done to your bodies. It's still real to me, damn it!